Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Lucid and I'm joined by Ravzia.
Hello.
So, what happened last turn, Rav?
Well, there was like one square of four nations, and they were all fighting each other, and it was chaos.
Yeah, basically. It's like that triangle war from the tournament where everybody was fighting everybody, except it's a little bit the whole map. Um, a message from Lemuria. I'm half disappointed Alm's double attack on my provinces right after wanting a nap was apparently a mistake. But hey, peace in our time. Mage Core is back in the lab, and on the rigor mortis express train after false alert. Did
Wait,
Ulm want to nap, or did Lemuria want to nap, and Ulm said they were amenable?
so wait, Ohm attacked into him twice, and then sends him a message like, "Oops, my bad. I'm just gonna leave real quick." Is what I'm
Uh,
getting out of that one.
right after wanting a nap. Okay, so here's what I think. This is my speculation. I think that Ulm said, "Hey, do you want to do a non-aggression pact?" And Lemuria was like, I need to think about it." And then Ulm attacked him because Lemuria was like, "Hey, I'll think about it."
Yeah, and then Lemuria comes back the next turn. He's like, "I thought you wanted a nap," and Ohm's
Right.
like, "You wanted a nap?
You should
Sure."
have said so. Yeah.
Well,
I'd be
my
like, hey, when I asked you if you wanted an app, you said you wanted to think about it. To me, that's a no.
well,
Like,
my impression here, sorry to cut you off, is that Ulm is leaving, right? He's saying that the double attack was apparently a mistake, and then it was a false alert. So does that mean Ulm just left?
oh, wait, I misread the message. I'm half disappointed Ulm's double attack on my provinces right after wanting a nap was apparently a mistake, but hey, peace in our time. Okay. It was a mistake. Okay. Um, okay, so I must have actually processed the Bogaroo sub turn the previous turn. And this is his first turn to do it. So, hello, observers. This is the first time I'm submitting as the unbroken Bogaroos. Right now, my biggest problem lies in three nations I have, in the three nations I have to fight at the same time. Yeah, that's a pretty good way to say it. My first solution to the problem was an attempt to make peace with Satis or buy off the monkeys. Both of them told me some nice things without offering anything concrete. Since diplomacy did not solve the problem, I decided to use good old force. I consolidated my forces near Satis to try to beat back his army. Phalegra seems interested in joining against Satis, so a defeated army of the lizards might bring some reinforcements. Sadly, Arco was not willing to fight the monkeys with me to take pressure from my southern front. The biggest problem, of course, is Joman. Trying to buy them off seemed disrespectful at this point. Joman's forces can pressure my cap and take my northern fort. I actually don't think so. He didn't approach Joman with diplomacy. I would have still tried to approach him. Because as you and I were talking about, I think it was a reasonable thing for Joman to actually accept a fort, stay in position one, get a long peace agreement, and then go fuck with somebody else.
Yeah. If you pick on everybody just a little, you don't get any extra caps, but you maybe get better security over a few thrones. You're
I
still
mean,
in the
he could also bully Bugaroos into a long non-aggression pact. Like, okay, I'll peace out with you if you give me this fort and an 8-turn non-aggression pact or something.
something like that. And then he goes picks on I don't know Agartha or something.
Right, and then who's going to stop him? Um, okay, beating Joman alone would be nearly impossible at this point. Joman can take a lot more losses compared to me since he has a lot more free resources. To help with this, I'm trying to form an anti-Joman coalition. Abyssia told me they would end a nap 3 with Joman in a few turns, so they're not really committed to anything. Arco was more helpful in that, and that they mentioned they're going to try to get Joman off my back. It's also not a real confirmation of help, but it's better than nothing. Ulm also told me they're going to end their nap with Joman at the same time as Abyssia. Right now, it seems like everyone is watching me to vulture if I beat an enemy, but nobody is all too concerned with helping me to do so. I love this message. It's a little long, but I
Yeah,
think it's like a very. To me, this means like we have a real captain at the helm of Bugaroos right now.
they're trying to use their diplomatic means to solve the problem.
Right.
And I mean, there's a lot of indecision here from even people he's fighting and potential allies.
Right.
So it's gonna have to see how we're gonna have to see how it turns out. But like, let's say, who is it? Abyssia and Ulm both end naps at the same time with German. If I'm the German player, that's gonna freak me out a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So, I think that, there's a few things just to kind of point at here. One is that it's very common, in it when you're getting coalition for the people to not want to help you out too much. Like what he said at the end here really resonated with me. Right now, it seems like everyone is watching me to vulture if I beat an enemy, but nobody is all too concerned with helping me to do so. So it's like the burden of turning the scales is really on the Bogarus player. Like, he has to do something. But once he does something, people are like, okay, well, if you kill this big army, I'll do something to help you.
Yeah, nobody else wants to risk anything.
Right.
But if you, spend all the risk, they're more than happy to take a slice of the reward.
Exactly. And that, by the way, is just super normal Dominions. This is like workaday Dominions. That's why it resonates so much.
Well, activity by Bugaroos, so...
Okay, so just scouts. And this is kind of what I thought, because this is like the weakness of the Bugaroos position, is I thought Joman would probably pull back on this fort, because like, how's Bugaroos going to now defend it?
Yeah, they would have had to ride out last turn to
Right.
defend it. And now it's a question, not even if they have the forces to defend either of the forts.
Right.
They might be able to defend one, but it doesn't look like they can defend either one.
No, I think they can, actually, because I think Patala made a mistake. Patala made a mistake, and that they split their forces to do raiding.
So they can't one turn.
So they can't one turn pop it. What that means is this army is going to storm. So as long as he storms with most all of this army, then that frees up this army to move south and challenge this fort.
Right. Although what we can see, and maybe Bogarus cannot, is that there's like another 150 Ashigaru in the wings, just waiting to march forward by one more tile.
Right. So, we'd have to see, and it's possible. What I don't love is, okay, he moved to fight Satis again here.
Yeah, I don't like that move.
I think even if Satis is going to fight you, oh, foul vapors.
Foul vapors.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's what we were worried about. And poison slingers.
But this is the thing. People are like, foul vapors is broken. I bet you it's not broken in here. Because he has air elementals. People are like, oh, how do you counter foul vapors? Air elementals are one of the foul vapors counters. Not only do they have a chance of killing the mage, but that plus heavy cap, usually you have reasonably quick battles. Right now it's turn 5. So it's been about 4 turns of foul vapors. There's a lot of air elementals running around. This is his god, who was doing the foul vapors casting.
Got over by an air elemental, actually. He's at like 5 HP. He's gonna die.
Oh, he just died. Foul vapors is down.
It might have been too late, though. They probably got pretty well hosed down by poison there.
I think a lot of them did.
The other issue with, and you can kind of see it happening, is bodyguard squads can route by themselves. So I think a lot of his small groups of cavalry are running away.
Well, there was a difference. So we have a new Bugaroos player, right? This new Bugaroos player, you can see clearly liked point buffing. But he didn't like it quite as much as the previous one.
Which might have, if he had, he might have lost, actually.
Yeah, no, he would have lost. You can't... The air elementals would have gotten killed because they didn't have anybody to help them. Yeah, so he has a few guys on guard commander to protect them from flanks, right? But most the army was on hold and attack.
Which is what you should be doing.
Right. And the cool thing about this is actually they met with the enemy that some of these body ethereals, like some of this point buffing, may still hit them.
So Bugaroos does win, but those...
Okay, look at this report and tell me foul vapors is broken.
It's not broken, but it probably got him an extra 30 kills, 40 kills.
Yeah, no, Foul Vapors did some work here, but like, look, if you end the bat, this is what I was trying to say, because it's always easier to do this from examples than it is theory crafting.
It's similar to Wailing Winds that way, right? You have to end the battle fast.
You have to end the battle fast, right? And you usually need mages to do it, and have things with like lance charges. And this actually is pretty good at that if you don't have everybody on guard commander. You have a heavy cav doing lance charges, and you have astropalagists just dropping air elementals.
Yep, which is all that he did, and that worked out.
Yeah, the only thing I would maybe change here would be if he had... I don't think he has Mind Burn. I think here you want Mind Burn or Solar Rays, too.
I'm not sure he had it researched.
Yeah, they're spamming luck and things like that, but yeah, I would totally switch that.
They absolutely will spam Solar Rays if he has it researched, so I don't think he has it.
Yeah, they're both real low. It's Evocation 2 and Thom 2. So you can have either of these. Both of those would have been great for, like, point buffing is good. You get a lot of value out of, like, luck if the fight goes a really long time, right? But if you're trying to end the fight fast, it's better to do evocations.
Right. I think Bogarus left a province open with 0 PD as well. The one that was furthest to the left last turn.
Oh, this one?
No, actually he had the one northwest of that.
Oh, this one with the scout. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Satis also split his army, which was not great.
Right.
Because if he had like another 40 Falchineers sitting behind his mages, he might have been able to save his Pretender from the air elementals. So,
right. And this is expensive having this Pretender get killed, because, you know, it's not only do you have to spend a ton of priest turns to get him back, but, you know, he was kind of expensive to Twiceborn too, and to kill off and get him in this nice form.
Yeah, he's probably going to lose a path too, right?
Right.
So, who knows? Might be, just, you know, it's never good to lose your Pretender.
Yeah. Let's see if he got an affliction. I want to see real quick. This is the Pretender cam where we watch. Okay.
Well, we went a little quick there.
We went a little quick, but that's enough to see. Oh.
Oh, man.
Lost an arm, diseased, and so he's going to... You can heal, I think... No, actually, I don't know. I think he'll come back as a diseased Great Sage.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's not good at all. Because he's also old, right? Are Great Sages old? Or maybe they're not.
They have a very high max age, right?
Okay.
Should. But losing an arm hurts, too.
Yeah.
It means he can't hold the skull staff.
Oh, but he has Enchantment 5, so he can Cloud Trapeze. So he comes back, I think you Twiceborn him and then send him straight into a lake with Cloud Trapeze.
Can't drowning afflict you, though? I thought I heard that it could.
Yeah, but, I mean, if you have disease on you, I think you want to just Twiceborn as soon as you can.
It's true. You might leave it for a little while. Let the afflictions wear away. Does that work? I don't know if that works.
It works with horror marks. I don't think it works with afflictions. So.
Yeah, and his income is cut off now. That's actually.
Oh, we have capital recuperation on. Okay, so if he just hangs out in the capital, he can get rid of disease.
Now, one thing that's really different this turn from last turn for Bugaroos, if you check, I bet you their income is like a half to a third. Because they were connected all the way out there last turn.
Yeah.
But this turn...
Yep. Nosedive. Yeah, it's always that thing, like, you got to think about connecting your provinces, so...
Yeah. Patala really messed with them there.
So I'm going to be really interested to see. I think the move for Bugaroos to do is to move this army south, and then you have a decision... And maybe put up a small anti-raiding squad here, right? Because this province is going to get raided by something, right? But otherwise, move the army south. Is this this should be passable too. So anything he moves here should be able to meet up here. You might even, and the optimal move might even be actually splitting the army, right? Going half here and half here. That way you kill this if they come out here and raid, or kill this easily. And then you plan on combining on top of Patala. Here. But you have the option of coming back to your capital if there's a very big force, which there probably will be, of like, I don't know, 300 or 400 Ashigaru here.
Maybe not next turn though, just because he's probably storming this turn.
Yeah, but I mean, even if just this is 80 and 40 and 130, so this could be, I don't know, 230.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And he's still sending it in one party at a time, by the way, from his capital every turn.
Right.
Which is, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen somebody marching troops that directly. It's just every line back to the fort has troops. It's just he's making so many. Oh, that's not good.
That is not good at all.
That's an event of some kind, I'm assuming. To get 2 necromancers there?
We'll see. I think he might have a sight. But they summoned a bunch of Banes. Goodbye.
That didn't work.
And Banes are not cheap.
I think you might be right. That might have been a sight. Oh, Poison Glades.
Yeah, Poison Glades. I mean, this is a lot. This is a 6-gem site. And he's not going to be able to get this back for a hot minute. I mean, maybe you could send a Ryujin or something, but...
Kind of been getting wrecked by indies this game, which, you know...
Misfortune 3 coming through. Free scale.
Yep. He looked at my guide, he took Misfortune 3. I'm not taking responsibility for the 4 provinces he used to own that are owned by independents currently. You know, he never got that underwater province back.
He just didn't read the fine print in your guide about the liability disclaimer for Misfortune 3 events.
Yeah, the print is so fine that I've not even seen it myself.
Look at this. They've got 3 provinces here. It's ridiculous.
He took the throne back, too. That's like another...
Oh, yeah. Dude, he's actually getting conquered by independence in this part. Yeah, that's so fucking funny.
The trolls, at least, he can retake from the forest.
Position 1, but losing to independence.
I mean, that's a lot of income in gems to lose.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he's got... Okay, Farm of Plenty sucks, but he's losing here 3, 5 gems. He's losing 11 gems a turn from Misfortune 3 right now.
Misfortune's a free scale.
Yep. Okay. God, this is cool. I'm really excited. If he moves and fights the monkeys off, I'm going to be so stoked. And he spanked the shit out of Satis now. So who was it that was going to attack Satis? Falegra was interested.
Ooh.
You send this battle report to Falegra. If I were Falegra, I'd be like, yes, sir, reporting for duty.
Yep. How are they going to get there? It's going to take them a while, but they'll get there.
Yeah, they took this. This is pretty... We'll see what their script was here.
Not bad.
I've never seen this much Iron Guard. I really like it.
They're kind of like Roman infantry. They're just durable.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, they have incredible stats, man. 13 attack, 12 defense. These are like elf stats. Plus 12 strength. Like 40% more hit points. The only thing that sucks is their MR. They have great morale.
They're a magic being. That's so weird.
Yeah.
That means you need magic leadership, right?
Yeah, the Oppressor General, though, who's just a pretty beefy...
Wherever he is.
Yeah, wait, where is... That's not an Oppressor General. Where is he? Here he is. Yeah, 50 leadership.
Give encumbrance? Of course it does. That's not great. Well, if it's a long dead throne, all you really need is something that doesn't die to long dead.
Yeah.
Chew him up.
Yeah. So that was cool. Which throne did he get? He got the Throne of Gaia.
There you go.
Oh God, get ready, German. The Indies are evolving.
That's great for him, though. Look, he's got growth 1.
Yeah.
He's taking the Throne of Gaia. That's growth 3 for free.
Yeah.
That's why you only take growth 1. Listen.
I know, it's amazing. I mean, you can't, only one of these players is getting it. So I don't know if it's always a great thing to bank on, but it's fucking working out for him here.
We actually had a Throne of the Moon, which is +1, a Throne of Life, which is +1, and a Throne of Gaia this game.
Okay. So yeah, there's...
there's 4 growth scales on the line.
Yeah. I mean, there's also probably a Throne of Death. The silver lining of getting a Throne of Death is you can sometimes counterbalance it with a growth throne. But do we actually have Throne of Death? Ooh, we don't.
We do not.
It's pretty common though. But yeah, they're not really in position to take advantage of Satis's big failure here. But
Give him a couple turns. We'll get there.
I would, yeah, I don't know. Caleb might
The-
be. I would send this if I killed this army here. I would send it to Caleb and to Phalegra and to Abyssia. Be like, which of you fuckers is gonna help me? God damn it!
I mean, if I'm Caleb, I'm hopping on that fort.
Yeah, yeah. This fort should just go to Caleb, pretty much pronto. But they're attacking into the monkeys. This was a reasonable amount of PD here that Caleb just hit.
Of Jaguar tribe, to be fair.
Right. And these
Like,
Raven Guard are so good.
Oh man, they got webbed.
Yeah.
Good thing they were all dead by that point.
Oh, he lost 5 Raven Guard. Holy shit.
Yeah, if they get, what is it, 2v3'd, they
Yeah.
can take hits. It's not great, but they do okay.
But look at, I mean, this is starting to go a little sideways. Like, I don't know how many, but I mean, this is 60 troops. You know, this is 30. That's enough to pop potentially Caleb's capital. I don't think he'll do it this turn, but he could be like, boom, boom. And then he's threatening the capital. And then it's like, okay, well, you got to patrol. And then if you don't patrol, he's going to, or if you do patrol your capital, he's going to raid your other stuff.
Yep, and where's all his stuff? It's off fighting Bogarus. All it takes is one bad fight up there. And they're pretty much out of luck. They only have 2 forts. It's not going to be easy to replace a lot of losses.
Yeah. I think that's another thing. Like, Patala probably could have pieced out with Caleb. You know? Like,
It should. Yeah.
Caleb was in a desperate spot. Patala could have just been like, hey, dude, do you want to peace out? And then Caleb would go eat Satis.
Not only that, they went and started another war
Right.
with a coalition before they even ended the first one that they started.
Right. Yeah. Which, if you're in a commanding position, like if you have the resources to do it, great. But Patala definitely isn't winning any army graph battles.
No, they are not. They're looking pretty sparse on the ground.
Yeah. I mean, this is Patala here, right? They're middling at best.
Yep. They might be able to fight just Calum, but not while they're trying to siege a fort from Bogarus at the same time. And we should remember that their army graph is also inflated by mercenaries this turn.
Right. And we should remember that Bogarus offered to buy them out. They probably could have gotten bought out. I don't know what Bogarus was offering, but probably this fort, I think, would be a starting offer. If they had taken that and then they fought Caleb, that would probably be a good move. But this, I don't love. I don't love this situation. It's
They could
risky.
even force Caleb to the table, right? Like just say, hey, we're at peace with Bogarus now. We got extra land. We can fight each other, and you're not going to get anything. Or we could have peace, and then maybe Patala has the room to put up 2 more forts on their thrones, and suddenly
Yeah.
they're looking much better. Either way.
You know, Ulm could also send this message to Patala and say, hey, dude, let's peace out, and I'll get Satis off your back by having them fight... get Caleb off your back by having him fight Satis.
I'll be right back.
But anyhow. Okay, so that's this situation. Coming over here to Arco. Arco is indeed taking this throne. Let's see how many of his dudes were starving. Because that tag will not go away. Oh yeah, we've got a lot of starvation. Not a lot of disease yet. Not a lot of disease at all. Every time you see 20 hit points here, that means there's no disease. This guy's going to be diseased, though. So we got, if 18 means disease, so fortunately only a tiny fraction of the army's been diseased. But they're all starving. And these guys did get blessed, so they've got 6 attack. He really wants, I think, Legions of Steel here, though. And army is, okay, he's got Strength of Giants, though. Because these guys are now hitting for 18 damage.
For a second there, I thought we were watching Patala still.
No, yeah. Um, yeah, slingers have projectiles looking oddly like little Marcata. But
Yep.
yeah, the Cerulean Warriors weren't shooting.
A lot of bandars.
Yeah. Okay, so he's got the inner throne, which is kind of nice. Um, the question is, what is he going to do with these armies after this? Is he going to chill more?
Well, there was some comment made about getting Joman off the back of Bogarus, and he does have some guys over there. I guess putting up a fort.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
yeah. So we'll see. We don't have a comment from him, so we don't really know what he's thinking. He does have a fort coming up here.
I was gonna say there's a lab and temple there. It's about time he forted that province anyway, given how much income it has.
Right. So we'll have to see. I mean, this army. Let's see what the mages were doing, and I wasn't paying a ton of attention.
It's mainly the Orphic mystics, actually.
Most of these are the astral ones, it looks like. So they've got a communion going.
I see horde of skeletons, mine burn, starfires.
And we've got 3 communion slaves, which is a bit odd. Horde of skeletons, strength of giants.
Lots of starfires. Rhapsody of life.
Some
I don't.
earth power.
That's a Arco unique spell, right?
Yeah, I don't remember what it does, actually.
Can't even remember seeing it before.
Yeah.
I thought I knew all the.
If you want to alt-tab out and look at Mod Inspector, I won't hold that against you. I'd be very grateful indeed. Yeah, I don't know if this... I think this army could potentially kill Joman's stuff. I don't know how great it would do. Like, I don't know. It's hard to know exactly what Joman's going to do. I think it has the ability to kill Ryujin. But I could also see it getting thugged. So I'm not quite sure.
It's in thaumaturgy.
Yeah.
It gives reinvigoration to one person and heals.
Okay. That's cool. Maybe they were spamming it on the communion slaves, which is kind of cool.
Yep. 10 healing, reinvigoration. It's not bad. It's only spell singers. It's short range.
Yeah. Okay, Agartha's not doing anything. Lemuria has just peaceful borders now. Phalegra, we already saw him taking that throne. Abyssia took this back and now has peace with Lemuria. I don't know. How much is Lemuria's income? I don't know how much he's actually going to be able to afford up in this time. Yeah, I mean, he's probably at 200 income a turn. This is not really... Like, on one hand, Lemuria kind of likes a little bit of peace and stability at the beginning of the game. Not really on 200 income. It's a little rough. You kind of want to pick a fight with somebody because you just can't get up infrastructure fast enough.
Yeah.
And then we've covered this at length. Caleb's just taking this stuff back. Then we didn't really talk about Caleb exactly, but Caleb's just taking this stuff back from Phalegra and raiding into Patala.
Yep, just getting a little bit more land every turn, and suddenly they're not looking great, but they're not looking too bad either.
I don't think they're... I mean, I think Bugaroos is in a far more dire spot than Caleb right now.
Nobody's attacking Caleb.
Right.
They're just taking provinces back at their leisure.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it. What are your closing thoughts, Ravzia?
Well, we're going to have to continue to see how the war progresses. It seems like if nothing else changes, we might see a big fight between Bogarus and German, which would be fun. Or we might see Bugaroos swing over and kick off Patala, which could be interesting as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think we've got... I think it's going to be real interesting to see how this thing with Caleb and Patala plays out. And I'm really hoping to see some really big fights with Bugaroos here. we have a lot of people sitting on the sidelines too, so I expect the next few turns is going to have some pretty interesting diplomacy updates as, you know, Ulm and Abyssia pick a target, and as Arcocephaly maybe picks a target, and maybe Agartha even swings into action. So thanks for joining me, Rav, and thank you all for tuning in. See you next time.